Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Good morning. We are starting the morning off with a live look out of the Alamo City. 74 degrees, but it is humid. We're going to check in with Sarah Spivey in just a few moments. But for now, good morning. It is 8 o'clock this Sunday. It is May 7th. We have a lot to talk about today. But yesterday, there was so much going on. There was election day. There was a lot of people out and about. Did you see any rain?
Okay, so I went to the Botanical Gardens. They have a new exhibit there. Beautiful, by the way. Sarah, yeah, we dodged some showers yesterday, but we didn't really see a downpour, but it was because it was kind of like in just spots.
Yeah, hit or miss rain yesterday. That's what that 20 to 30% was all about. Today, right now this morning, we have storms kind of all around San Antonio, just some light rain moving through San Antonio. I want to bring your attention, though, to the severe thunderstorm that's working its way through Zavala County. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning for Zavala County until 8:30. This storm is capable of producing some hail, and you can see that pink and purple hail core there just south of 57, south of Batesville, kind of falling over ranchland right now. And even though Frio County is not under this warning, I do expect for it to hold together into Frio County. And so I'm going to go ahead and track that hail core east at about 30 miles per hour. That's how fast it's moving. So it could be near the Pearsall area by about 9 o'clock. So if you are in Pearsall, it'll be to the north of Dilley, but if you are in Pearsall, make sure to be in your safe place. This is going to move south of San Antonio. I'm going to turn the radar on nearer to San Antonio, and you can see that in the Alamo City, all we're getting is some isolated light rain showers. Really, all of the heavier thunderstorms have been south and east of San Antonio, closer to Elmendorf, Floresville, Cuero, Yorktown, Goliad, and Gonzales. Here in San Antonio, it is not going to be a washout today. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and show you the forecast for your Sunday. Really only a 30% chance for rain during the rest of the day today. It is going to stay cloudy. It is oppressively humid out there, very humid. And we'll look at a high of 88. More in-depth look at that radar. I'll be tracking some of those storms for neighborhoods surrounding San Antonio, and I'll walk you through the forecast for next week, which is going to carry daily small rain chances. So a lot to chat about in the forecast in a few minutes. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Obviously, election coverage, some of the talk of the morning, and it is final. San Antonio voters allowing Mayor Ron Nirenberg to lead the city for a fourth and final term. Mayor Nirenberg beating out 8 other candidates, one of a few mayors to be elected in his term limits, making one of the longest serving mayors in the Alamo City after Henry Cisneros. Now, in total, he served the city 10 years, including his time as councilman. So Prop A also technically the biggest draw to people going to the polls in San Antonio. So here's a look at the final numbers. 72% of San Antonians voting against Prop A, only 28% voting for it.
It had numerous elements to it: marijuana and abortion decriminalization, expanding cite and release chokehold, and no-knock warrant bans, and a new justice director position. Though some criticized how much was in the single amendment, the head of the group who led the campaign to put it on the ballot does not regret putting it all into one vote.
The conversations that we had at the door, the coalition that we built, made it worth it because that's movement building and that's community building. We knew it was going to be something different and new, and we learned a lot of lessons from it, so it's absolutely worth it.
So opponents, especially the San Antonio Police Union, they focus their arguments on the cite and release elements. Officers would largely have to cite people rather than actually arrest them, whereas they currently have a lot more discretion.
The race for District 1 council spot is a tight one between 3 candidates.
And it is now heading to a runoff election. Leah Waldman was with the 3 candidates, all vying for one spot.
All 3 of those top candidates campaigning for the District 1 seat tell me the same thing. They are ready for a runoff election. Between incumbent Mario Bravo and his top 2 challengers, Jeremy Roberts and Succour, none of these candidates running away with a majority of the votes needed to clinch a victory. I asked each of them how they're planning to approach a runoff race.
I will continue to knock on doors. I will continue to talk to voters, and I will continue to modify what I've been wanting to propose for the city based on what voters tell me.
I think it's an opportunity to go back to our strong supporters and make sure that they're all showing up to volunteer, tapping into their network. We're going to have to knock a lot more doors and just let people know that the election's happening.
We're going to go in high, we're going to play a clean race, and we're going to go and ask for a vote, and we're going to be sincere. One of the things that's been crazy is I've put my phone number out there, and I've asked voters to call me.
That runoff election is slated to happen on June 10th. That's according to the Bexar County Elections Department. Lee Waldman for GMSA.
Thank you, Lee. Those are just a couple of the big races we are following this morning. Keep it right here for continued coverage on everything you need to know. And you can also find the latest on KSAT.com on our homepage. You can find it all, including the bonds that passed for some of the local school districts.
All right, so interest rates, the Fed, 529s. We hear these terms so much in our local and our national news, but they might have a real impact on you and your family.
That's right. Joining us in today's Leading SA segment is Monik Dillon, President Victory Solutions of Victory Capital, joining us live. Good morning, sir. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning.
Good morning. It's good to see you guys again.
Thank you so much. So we hear about the report on the Fed continuously raising interest rates. Can you kind of break down what the purpose is and really how it impacts our local families?
Yeah, it's an important topic for everybody out there. We've been feeling the impact everyone has of inflation for some time now, right? Where prices have gone up pretty quickly, in fact, post the COVID environment. And that's what the Fed is trying to combat. They're trying to dampen or control that inflation. And the way they do that is by increasing interest rates. And the way that happens is that makes it more costly for individuals and companies to borrow money. So that means you tend to spend less, invest less, and that helps control demand and brings prices down. But on the flip side of whatever impacts interest rates can have, you have to look back and say the goal is to bring down inflation, which was very painful also.
So what does this mean for mortgage rates then?
Yeah, we've seen it, right? With increasing interest rates, the cost to borrow goes up, and that's for any type of purchase really that you're borrowing money for. And the home is often the largest purchase that a family can make. So interest rates have gone up. And what this does is it makes buying a new home more expensive than it was perhaps 2 years ago, for example. It's something to pay attention to. So for the same amount of money, you can afford less of a house, or potentially folks and families are waiting longer, waiting for maybe prices to come down or interest rates to come down before they make that purchase.
I'm going to try to look at a silver lining of this, Monik. So with higher interest rates, is there any benefit? I mean, savings accounts, is there any way for local families to actually use this to their advantage?
No, it's a great question, because in most situations, there is a positive to extract from it, right? And one of those is that savings rates and money market rates haven't been as high as they are now for quite some time. So actually taking cash, if you have some, if you saved a little bit of cash, you got the rainy day fund, you can actually earn a nice yield or interest rate return on it. And like money markets are generally are really risk-free investments. So a lot of the conversations we're having with clients are about what to do with that little bit of cash that you might have saved up in the last couple of years, how to put it to work for you around money markets, short-term bond funds, things like that.
So we've seen college prices just keep going up over the last several decades. So as college is fast approaching for some families and students, what strategy do you advise to make that cost more manageable for them?
Well, one of the toughest things about saving for college is inflation, right? Because inflation leads to more expensive tuition bills over time. A college savings plan is a great tool to help combat that, because it can participate in increasing prices in stocks and bonds as inflation starts to pick up. So you can try to keep pace. And the best way to do that is in a consistent way. So a lot of our clients, we talk to them about using what's called an automatic investment plan. So that way you're not having to time the market and whether you're saving for college or retirement, and just continuously put a little bit of money to work every month, every quarter. And that way you can enter and save in a more smooth aspect over time. And so a college savings plan can be a great way to combat what inflation does to tuition bills.
All right, Monica Dillon, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate your time. Anyone who missed any of the interview or has questions, we have all the answers. Just head to KSAT.com. Time now is 8:10, 74 degrees out.
Take a look outside with live cam. It's a muggy one in some areas.
Oh, I'm still here. I thought we were going out. I was trying to go outside.
Trying to go outside.
Honestly, it's because Sarah just boosted the temperature in here and need some water.
It's cold in here. Hey, but it's not feeling too cold outside. 74 degrees and muggy at 8:10 and some showers in our viewing area. Sarah will show us that when we come back.
Good morning, San Antonio. As some may say, it is time to play in the San Antonio streets. For some, like Sarah Costa, it's one of the best times of year. I
love Ciclovia because you can ride, walk, roll in the streets in Midtown San Antonio for the YMCA Ciclovia, where 1.5 of the roads will be closed for the community to safely get out and be active.
That's right. Alyssa Cole joining us live with a preview. Alyssa, how does it look out there?
Good morning, you all. That's exactly what's about to happen. The preparations are underway. You can hear the different staple guns, the hammers going at it to set up tents and stages. Take a look. You got the Sheriff County Department office out here. You have the different vendors, including the city. They're going to be out here. Hello, good morning. They're going to be out here offering the COVID-19 and flu vaccines to add to that healthy wellness, physical, active day, as you all mentioned, Max and Sarah. Now, this is what we know. This will be starting at 9 a.m. and it'll be running until 1 o'clock today. These are the streets that will be shut down in Midtown. We will have Jones Avenue, North Alamo, West Laurel, North Main Avenue, all closed down today. Crockett, Madison, and Maverick Parks will be activated, and we know there will be water, there will be refreshments, there will be live DJ, there will be all kinds of fun along the routes where you all can bike, run, walk through the different areas through Midtown, walk around and jump to the different parks if that's what you wish. And of course, if you're looking to get the booster shot, we've been talking about that too in our newscast, you'll have the opportunity to do so as well here. Stick with us because in our later in our show, in our half hour, we'll get a chance to talk to one of the YMCA officials of Greater San Antonio, and they'll break down everything you need to know for Ciclovia today. So stick with us. I'll send it back to you all.
Thank you, Alyssa. And hey, Sarah, maybe light showers, the start of Ciclovia?
Some light to moderate rain will be possible during the first couple of hours of Ciclovia. You can see that all the heavier of the rain is east of San Antonio, but as we look out to the west near to Hondo, Rio Medina, there are some light rain showers. This is all a part of the northern section of this severe storm, which is currently working its way through Zavala County, the eastern portion of Zavala County. I'm turning on the radar that's closer to here. Anywhere you see this purple color, this is where we have hail the size of quarters or $50 possible, just to the southeast of Batesville, just to the south of 57. Now, this storm has been weakening as it's moving east, but if it can hold together toward the Pearsall area, it would be in Pearsall. It's moving to the east at about 30 miles per hour. It would be in Pearsall by about 9:05. So if you're joining us right now watching from Frio County, watching from Zavala County, know that Pearsall, you should be on alert. This storm is moving east toward I-35 at 30 miles per hour. Meanwhile, as I mentioned around San Antonio, really we're being surrounded by all of the heavier of the rain. There's been quite a bit of thunderstorm activity southeast of San Antonio toward Floresville, Pleasanton, Kennedy. Right now that heavier rain and storms is working its way through Gonzales and Guadalupe County. So southern Seguin, we're talking about areas nearer to Jake's Colony and Belmont. That's where we've got quite a bit of lightning right now as well. But again, around San Antonio, really this this area of light to moderate rain moving east at about 30 miles per hour. It could be near the downtown San Antonio area by about 9:15. Nearer to North Bexar County by about 9:01 and South Bexar County by about 9:05. So just some light to moderate rain for San Antonio in the forecast this morning. You'll just want to dodge those showers. This is not going to be a washout by any means, but into the afternoon there could be 1 or 2 isolated thunderstorms as well. So just keep the radar handy with you for those outdoor plans. If you have outdoor plans, duck inside if you end up seeing a shower or a storm. It should pass fairly quickly. Later on tonight, nearer to the border, there could be some storms, but really the heaviest of the thunderstorm activity is going to be closer to midnight, nearer to the Dallas-Fort Worth and I-35 corridor north of Waco. So while most of us around San Antonio will only see light rain today, all of us are going to experience the high humidity. That is a big factor. Cloudy, 74, dew points are in the 70s, bringing in that Gulf of Mexico moisture from the southeast. It's oppressively humid outside, and it's very mild with temperatures in the 70s right now. However, once we head into the later part of the morning, right around noon, we'll be at 80. Notice, too, that rain chances are highest right now, but afternoon they'll be slightly less, and then 88 for the high today. Will be only in the 80s after sunset around 8 o'clock. So looking at those highs, if you get some rain, maybe a little bit cooler than this, but generally upper 80s around San Antonio, mid 90s out west toward Del Rio, Eagle Pass, and Laredo. And then one thing I want to focus on here is I want to show you the reason why we're dealing with this random moving rain. It's because we've got these short waves in the southwest flow of the upper levels of the atmosphere. They create random spots of rain. Not as easy to forecast for these as it is for this low pressure system. You can see how the rain there near Dallas was much more organized around that low. And so as we look at the week ahead, we're going to be looking at those short waves pretty much every single day. What does that mean? It means there's a chance for rain every day, but the chance is low, 20 to 30%, all right? It's not until Saturday of this next weekend that we see our rain chances really tick up. Otherwise, humidity is a big story this week. Very, very humid indeed. If you are joining us from Zavala County, Frio County, if you do see some hail and you can get out safely afterwards, go ahead and post those pictures on our KSAT Connect feature on our weather app. I'd love to show them on air.
Using a coin, right?
Yeah, coin would be great for reference.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah. 821, 74 degrees.
Yesterday was election day here in San Antonio. We still have the runoffs, but already the nation is taking sight on the 2024 presidential election. We have the latest after the break.
Good morning and welcome back. We have the latest on the biggest name so far who has yet to announce a presidential run. Ron DeSantis.
Here's ABC's Faith Abube with what new recordings are showing and how that could soon change.
Has the NRA donated to me? I don't think the NRA is quite the boogeyman the Democrats think it is.
This morning, new video obtained exclusively by ABC News shows Florida Governor Ron DeSantis in debate prep sessions when he first ran for governor 5 years ago.
Do we hit him on guns, or just everyone who cares about guns is going to vote for me?
The candid moments from 2018 come as sources say DeSantis' team is already prepping for the 2024 presidential debates. DeSantis would need to win over Trump voters, an issue he grappled with in the past as he ran for governor.
Is there any issue upon which you disagree with President Trump?
Obviously there is, because I voted contrary to him in the Congress.
The past internal recordings offering a rare glimpse into how DeSantis has previously wrestled with how to appeal to Trump's loyal base.
I have to frame it in a way that's not going to piss off all his voters. And so what I do is I do what I think is right. I support his agenda in terms of what he's been able to do. If I have a disagreement, I talk to him in private.
Florida lawmakers Matt Gaetz and Byron Donalds helping DeSantis then, but have since endorsed Trump's third White House bid. In the video, aides coaching DeSantis on a range of topics, including how to be likable.
I think when you walk up there, if you have a pad, you have to write in all caps at the top of the pad, likable. And just look, I do the same thing because I have the same personality. We're both aggressive.
And that was ABC's Faith Abube reporting.
Time now, 8:26, 75 degrees out.
We'll be right back.
Good morning and happy Sunday. I'm Max Massey.
I'm Sarah Acosta. It's Sunday. It's May 7th, the day after Election Day. I know we have cyclovia happening in just a bit, but Sarah, you were saying some light rain showers moving through
San Antonio. Yeah, we're starting to see some light rain develop in the western part of Bexar County. It's pushing into San Antonio. Really, the thunderstorm activity is all around San Antonio, south and east, and then south and west as well. Let's go ahead and zoom in to Bexar County here. You can see that some light rain has really started to develop from Leon Springs down to areas along I-10 closer to UTSA, and then down to 410 on the west side. We're seeing some light rain, more moderate rain between Rio Medina and Castroville. Meanwhile, thunderstorms really starting to blossom across areas in Wilson and Atascosa County, near Karnes County as well, near Goliad and Cuero, seeing quite a bit of thunderstorm activity. Hey, Pearsall, I know we were talking about that storm potentially moving in and producing some hail. Watch what has happened. It really has started to weaken as it's moved into Frio County. So that's some good news there. Maybe some small hail along 57, but we do not anticipate any large hail from that storm. Again, perhaps a rumble of thunder around San Antonio in the next 2 hours or so, but really just some passing light rain. Today is not going to be a washout. If you have afternoon plans, know that the day for the most part is going to be cloudy. Yes, there could be a few passing thunder showers for some, but we're not going to have washout as far as widespread showers and storms all day long. The biggest thing is it's going to be very humid today. Rain chances over the next few days will daily dodge some downpours. So rain chances are only 20 to 30%, but there is a chance for that rain every day. And then finally, the humidity. We got to talk about how this week is going to be very humid, feeling a lot like spring with daily morning fog too. Another look at that radar and in-depth tracking of those storms. And we'll talk about the forecast ahead, the daily dodging of downpours that we're going to have to do. Max and Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. Prop A was the main draw for the city elections here in San Antonio. More people cast an early ballot in the Prop A race than voting for mayor. So an overwhelming majority, 72% of voters voted against it. Garen Berger has the breakdown from last night.
From the early results alone, it was clear that Proposition A was going down. So it made for an easy night at the main opposition watch party. The Justice Charter, as supporters called it, aimed to decriminalize marijuana possession and abortion, expand the city's cite and release program, create a new Justice Director position, and embed bans on chokeholds and no-knock warrants in the charter. But several city council members came out against it, and the city attorney said most of it wasn't even enforceable. Cite and release in particular became a focus since the change would largely mandate officers cite instead of arresting people for certain offenses, whereas they now have more discretion. Opponents in the police union and business community claimed that would lead to more crime, which struck a chord with voters.
You know, and in mentioning to people, no one has a right to take your stuff, right? And I've said this before, as kids, we were taught not to lie, cheat, or steal. This proposition allowed some of that, and that's just not right for the community, the business community.
Both sides accused the other of misleading voters or misinformation, and a police union-controlled PAC pumped more than $1.8 million into the race. The head of Act for SA, which led the campaign to get Prop A onto the ballot, blamed the size of their loss on the amount of money the union and others had spent fighting it. She said she did not regret pulling all of the issues on the same proposition. And while this went down hard, she does expect more initiatives like this in the future. GMSA, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Garrett. Well, District 2 Councilman Jalen McKee Rodriguez had a huge showing, and one of the biggest showings by an incumbent last night. He held off 9 opponents, winning a second term in office, and even avoided a runoff. Take a look at that. McKee Rodriguez actually becomes the first East Side council person to be reelected in a decade, and it does provide some stability to the seat that's really been known for the last few years for its constant turnover.
I got our council to change our equity lens, our infrastructure equity lens, and so that District 2 will be receiving millions of more dollars. We're not going to be basing it off of size and condition of district, but rather just condition of district.
So McKee Rodriguez says he is already looking forward to seeing what comes of his long list of council consideration requests.
And the race to replace Anna Sandoval in District 7 is headed to a runoff.
All right, so Marina Gavito led comfortably throughout election night, but not enough to avoid a runoff. Dan Rossiter, who finished second. Now, RJ Marquez, he was there. He has a full breakdown of the results.
Yeah, good morning. It was a very interesting race in District 7, a replacement here for Ana Sandoval, and Marina Alderete Gavito. She was considered the favorite by many people headed into last night, and she actually held a more than 20-point percentage margin lead throughout the evening, but it was not enough to hold off a runoff election with the second place finisher, Dan Rossiter. Alderete Gavito held her watch party at Lisa's restaurant on Bandera Road and thanked supporters, and that included the fire and police unions. Gavito has worked with Rackspace and USA and is considered a rising tech and business leader. Now, as far as Dan Rossiter, he held his party down the road, also on Bandera Road. Rossiter has worked with Southwest Research Institute for years and with the Brooks Development Authority. Here's what both candidates have to say about some of the issues that are facing District 7 voters as we head into the runoff.
I still want to use my business acumen and community leadership experience to serve the residents, really bring accountability and transparency to City Hall.
Let's focus on issues. So since January of this year, we began talking about the real issues. We began talking about transportation, infrastructure, the needs the District 7 residents have all the way from Bandera in the north to Culebra in the south. And it worked.
And both candidates say that they are ready to continue the momentum that they've built since late January when Sandoval resigned from the city council position, and they are excited about what's ahead as they get set for this runoff election on June 10th. Reporting from the northwest side, RJ Marquez, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, RJ. A new councilman is heading to District 10 as Clayton Perry did not seek re-election. The race going in favor of Mark White. Erica Hernandez was following District 10 last night as White says he's ready to get to work.
District 10 Councilman Mark White.
Former District 10 Councilman Mike Gallagher introducing Mark White to his supporters. Gallagher just one of many former District 10 councilmen who endorsed White's campaign. Outgoing in-battle Councilman Clayton Perry also showing up to support White. White ran a campaign all about family, faith, and freedom.
I want to tell the voters in District 10 that I hear you. I'm going to get to work for you as soon as we get there.
And White, who leans conservative, had this to say to his new colleagues.
I know that we're not going to agree on everything. That's for sure. But I am ready to work with all of you on any issue at any time. In me, you're going to have somebody that tells you what I think, that fights for what I believe is right, but that's someone that's always willing to listen to you, to hear your perspective, and to try to find common ground.
Some background about White. He owns his own law firm here in town. He is married with 2 young daughters. Now, he was really emotional about his win, but he tells me he is ready to get to work for District 10. Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
Right now on KSAT.com, our election coverage continues. All but one school bond passed for 4 local districts. So the only one that didn't pass was Prop B in Comal ISD. That was voted down. We have a full breakdown of what you need to know. If you have any questions, just head to KSAT.com. We have all the stories. Just head to the homepage.
New this morning, a man is dead following a late night crash. It happened just before 10 last night on Loop 410 near Old Pearsall Road. Police tell us the driver of a car cut across all the lanes of the highway to get access onto the access road. That's when the driver of an SUV slammed into the car. The man who died was a passenger in the car. He died at the scene. The driver of the car and 2 people in that SUV were taken to the hospital.
Tragic news yesterday. 8 people dead after that shooting at an outlet mall in Allen, Texas. 7 more in the hospital. Of those 7, 3 are in critical condition. So this is what we know right now. It happened yesterday afternoon. Witnesses say they heard about 60 to 70 gunshots fired. Now, authorities say an officer who was on actually another call, he heard the gunfire. He ran towards it, and that's when he killed the gunman. Police still investigating. They're working to figure out the motive for the shooting. We have still waiting to learn the name of the gunman and the identity of the victims.
Police in Mississippi are looking for the gunman responsible for a deadly mass shooting in South Mississippi. Someone opened fire at a bar and restaurant about 90 miles from New Orleans Friday night. 19-year-old Chase Harmon died and 6 others were wounded in that shooting at Scratch Kitchen and Bar. The gunfire erupted in a busy section of downtown where a lot of bars and restaurants were celebrating Cinco de Mayo. This is the 6th shooting in 7 days in South Mississippi.
Well, the Kentucky Derby is over and we have a winner, but there are a lot of questions revolving around this year's race, and now there are investigations. Authorities at Churchill Downs said 2 horses competing on the races yesterday sustained crippling leg injuries that forced veterinarians to euthanize the animals. 5 other racehorses died in separate incidents since just April 27th, all in the week leading up to the Derby. Churchill Downs says it's working with regulators, and they're trying to conduct swift and thorough investigations. Time now, 8:40, 75 degrees out.
Let's take a look outside with live cam. Earlier, Sarah mentioned that parts of San Antonio experiencing some light rain in the area. 75 degrees at 8:40. She will have our full forecast when we come back.
Good morning and welcome back. So it's one of the happiest times of year in San Antonio, and for some it means time to play unrestricted in the streets.
Okay, are you a rollerblader?
I think
Are you
we
a
both know the answer to
biker,
that. No.
skater, walker?
I'm a walker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not even a runner?
Not now.
Oh.
I got the Achilles injury.
Hey, but you can do any of those things.
Oh, look at that.
And downtown San Antonio for YMCA Ciclovia, where 1.5 miles of the roads are closed for the community to get out in the streets and play safely and get active. And that's where we find Alyssa Cole.
Hi, good morning, you all. You all mentioned skating. That's so funny. I used to skate a lot with my grandmother. She skated until she was almost 70 years old. So there's no excuse. Everyone watching this, you have to come out and play and have a good time. We did have to get under a tree because it is starting to rain just a little bit. It's a little bit of light rain, but I'm joined by Shannon Gowan of the YMCA of Greater San Antonio. Good morning, Shannon. How you doing?
Good morning.
Yeah, so, a lot of people watching right now, they may be looking out their window, seeing a little bit of a sprinkle. What's the plan today in case it rains a little bit more?
Well, to me, it feels awesome. It was humid yesterday. It was humid this morning. So right now it still feels great. It is a rain or shine event. So come out and play in the streets with us. Get your rain boots, jump in some puddles. It'll be fun for everyone.
Wonderful. Thank you. So we are here at Maverick Park. This is the one of 3 parks that'll be a part of Ciclovia today. We know we have Crockett and Madison, but a lot of people who may want to know what Ciclovia is, could you break it down for us?
Yeah, so the YMCA has been running this event. It's our 21st event, 11 plus years. We work with the city of San Antonio to close off the streets, let people play in the streets. They can skate, they can bike, they can walk, whatever. We encourage exercising. We encourage you to get out into your community and learn more about some of the vendors that are on site today.
Wonderful. And my last question for you, Shannon, there's a purpose for this. There's a reason why you all are inviting people out to the community. We know Metropolitan Health with San Antonio was out here giving away free COVID-19 shots, booster shots included, flu shots. You all have a lot of wellness conscious activities and vendors out here. Talk about what the purpose of this is ultimately.
Right. So the Y is all about mind, body, spirit. So we've got even mental health counseling tent out here if you need that support. All around health, free group exercise classes. We work with the city's diabetes prevention control. So there's lots of opportunities for you to learn more about that as well.
Okay, Shannon, thank you so much for taking out the time to speak with us. Everyone, yes, it is a rain or shine event. A little rain never hurt anyone, especially when you're a kid playing out in the streets, right? You just want to get outside. So consider coming down. The event starts at 9 a.m. That's in less than 30 minutes. It runs until 2 o'clock. Several streets will be shut down. They are listed on our website. Remember, the parks to visit in Midtown are Maverick, Madison, and Crockett. It is going to be a fun event, and I've already seen a ton of pets. So go ahead and bring Spotted and, the other little guys out and have a good time. We're looking forward to seeing you all. I'm going to send it back to you all in the studio.
Thank you so much, Alyssa. Yeah, I want to talk about that light rain that's moving through San Antonio right now. Ciclovia starts at 9, but it goes until 1 p.m. Here's the thing. This light rain that's moving through San Antonio is temporary. It is not going to be a washout today by any means, but we are seeing some light rain starting to spread across the Alamo City. Pretty much everyone around San Antonio is seeing a little light rain. One thing to look out for, though, is that there are a couple of flashes of lightning. So if you hear a rumble of thunder, our saying is when thunder roars, go indoors, because lightning can strike far beyond parent storms. And speaking of those storms, San Antonio only expected to get some light rain this morning through about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. But there have been quite a few storms southeast of San Antonio and south of San Antonio. Near Floresville right now, we're getting a lot of lightning, heavy rain, perhaps even some very small pea-sized hail down near Kennedy as well. And then there's been a lot of rain for Bee County near Beeville. Wouldn't be surprised if we're starting to see some flooding issues out near Beeville and in Bee County. And then right over Victoria and Cuero up toward Hallettsville. Look how electrified these storms are. Again, these are moving east away from the San Antonio metro area, but these areas across the coastal plain really are getting a lot of storminess. Let's not forget our friends west of San Antonio as well. And you can see that there was a severe storm in Frio County, in Zavala County. It's now fallen apart as it's moved closer to that I-35 area. We're talking Moore, Devine, Pearsall. That's where we're seeing some of that more moderate rain. But once again, only in San Antonio, we're going to see light to moderate rain temporarily. The rest of the day, our rain chances stand at 20 to 30%. So let's go ahead and take a look outside right now in San Antonio. You can see a little glistening on 410 there. That is because of that light rain that's falling at the airport, 75 degrees. And as we talk about our weather setup, we've got a really interesting forecast for the next several days. The reason for that is we've got the upper levels of the atmosphere right now. I'm showing you those winds. We've got this southwest flow, and within this southwest flow, we've got little wiggles in the atmosphere. Short waves is what we call them in meteorology. And these short waves are notorious for producing random rain at different times. And so as we head into the week, really we're going to have daily rain chances, but those rain chances are going to be relatively low as far as coverage is concerned. We're talking 20 to 30% rain chances daily because of these short waves. We're not going to have a low pressure system like the one that moved through Dallas, which produces a lot of storminess until potentially next weekend. So weekly weather timeline, here's what you need to know today. When it's going to be cloudy with passing thunder showers for some. Rain chances, we're going to daily dodge some downpours and humid, very humid. Looking at the futurecast for the day today, again this afternoon, there's a small 30% chance for an isolated thunder shower. The main area of severe weather will be north of Dallas. Otherwise, it's going to be very humid with high humidity. Temperatures starting off in the 70s this morning. Let's take a look at that 12-hour forecast. 40% coverage of light rain right now, but you can see that those rain chances do go down as we head into the afternoon. It's going to stay cloudy, warm and humid, 88 for the high, and there's going to be a southeast breeze at 15 miles per hour. Take a look at this forecast. Remember how I said we're going to daily dodge downpours? This is what I'm talking about. Coverage is not going to be that great, but each day there is going to be a small chance for rain at least.
Okay, so maybe keep an umbrella, light jacket in the car with you or in your purse.
And that KSAT Weather Authority app.
Absolutely.
Got a radar on there and everything.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah. 8:52, 70 degrees. All right, we want to give a special shout out to the Valley High Optimist Club.
Yeah, the Valley High Optimist Club 3 times a year awards students from 7 different middle schools, 4 in Northside ISD and 3 in Southwest ISD for outstanding academic achievement.
So congratulations to all the recipients and go get them. We'll be right back.
While storms are moving through areas like Floresville and southeast of San Antonio, it's just light rain in San Antonio. In the pollen count today, molds are low and grass is low. Daily chances for light rain over the next few days. Thanks for joining us.